Hello everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of PMP and CAPM certification series by us. Today we are going to tackle a fundamental concept, tasks, which are pivotal in understanding the PMI framework for project management. Let us first understand what is task. When we talk about tasks in project management, we are referring to specific activities or work elements that need to be completed as part of a project. These are the building blocks of your project plan and execution. Now, when we say tasks, there are certain key characteristics of tasks which we need to keep in mind. First of all, tasks are actionable. These are the doable elements of your project. For example, designing a logo, writing a code, conducting a market analysis. These are all types of tasks. Second, tasks have a start and end. Every task has a defined starting and a clear end point, which helps in planning or tracking the progress of the task. Third characteristic is that tasks are measurable. Tasks should have quantifiable outcomes or deliverables, making it easier to assess the progress. And finally, the fourth characteristic is that tasks can be dependent because tasks are often interrelated. The completion of one task might trigger the start of another task. We call it the task dependencies or relationships. Now, when we talk about tasks, there is another component that comes into play, which are called the enablers. Let's talk about the enablers which are associated with tasks. PMI provides a structured approach to managing tasks effectively through various enablers, which are just illustrative examples of how a task should be undertaken and completed. These enablers ensure that tasks are well planned, executed, and monitored. Of course, there are two major factors which one should take into consideration while planning or executing tasks. First of all is OPAs, or as we know them, Organizational Process Assets. OPAs are the internal resources and knowledge within your organization. These assets include templates, guidelines, historical information, and best practices that help you manage your tasks effectively. Using OPAs can save you a lot of time and effort in task planning. Second factor are the EEFs, or as we know them as Enterprise Environmental Factor. EEFs are external factors that can impact your project tasks. These could be industry regulations, market conditions, or even cultural norms that need to be considered when defining your project tasks as well as executing them. You might ask, what is the relevance of tasks with PMP or CAPM certifications? Well, PMI places a strong emphasis on task management because it's at the heart of successful project delivery. Mastering these concepts is essential for PMP and CAPM certification examinations. You'll find questions related to task definitions, dependencies, and enablers in your certification examination. So in conclusion, tasks are the backbone of project management. Understanding how to define, sequence, and manage them is crucial for project success. As you prepare for your PMP and CAPM examinations, remember to familiarize yourself with the enablers, OPAs, and EEFs, as these will be instrumental in your project management journey. Let me help you understand what are tasks by giving you an example. Let us assume that you have a task of planning a meeting. First of all, you'll need to talk to the stakeholders and find out what the meeting is all about. If it's a recurrent meeting, in that case, if there is anything that was done wrong that you can improve, or if there are any best practices they would like you to set up during your meeting. Find out what the person who assigned you the meeting wants out of it, or if there is any particular budget assigned for the event. Also learn when and where the meeting is supposed to occur, how long it will be, and what needs to be prepared by the attendees. The more information you have, the better for you. As an outcome, you should be looking at successfully running the meeting that meets the stakeholders' objectives, as well as it should lie within the budget and time constraint that has been presented to you. Also, you need to delineate the task. That is, depending on the number of stakeholders involved and their individual requirements out of the meeting, these can be broken down into various smaller parts, such as discuss with the stakeholders the goals of the meeting. Talk to any previous project managers who have done this particular task before for advice. Determine the rough estimate of number of people who will attend this meeting. Determine the preferred date of the meeting or the time of the meeting. Also determine if there is any particular budget for the event or if you have to book a real estate for the event. Plan the meeting agenda and decide how many speakers are needed. Give the speakers guidelines. Confirm who will chair the meeting and give the opening presentation. Confirm who else will present during the meeting and if there are any breakout sessions required. Purchase thank you gifts for the speakers if at all you have the budget for that. Confirm what needs to be prepared by the attendees, if anything. Plan the flow of the meeting and how it will be eventually wrapped up towards the end of the session. This way, you will be able to manage your task much better. This is a very basic outline of a task that comes from planning a meeting. If you are actually implementing this in one of your meetings, your project team will need to expand on every individual points. There are many dependencies as you would progress down the list. Organizing the setup might be impossible if you haven't already booked the real estate. Don't forget to consider the time taken for certain steps because some steps might require more time than the others. It may take a number of days for you to prepare all these steps and also to give the speakers enough heads up for them to prepare for the meeting and prepare any material if at all. So bake all of this additional time into your task. Next, you might have to identify the players. You might have to reach out to the various departments and tell them what you need out of them. Consider what help you need and what assistance you are looking for. For example, it might be as simple as an IT employee coming to connect the projector. Or you may need specific help from the administrative staff who needs to sign off from their manager. Think about how much time you are asking from each of the individual team members and prepare contingencies if anything goes wrong. Also, prepare a timeline. That is, put a thought into how the flow of the meeting will go and ensure that you have all your preparations in place. You don't want to be running around finding a working microphone just 2 minutes before the meeting starts. Finally, look back at the project and try to find any areas of improvement that you might want to improve the next time you take up any similar tasks. Perhaps the speakers would have required a longer time than what you have already given them this time to prepare for their presentations. Similarly, learn what went wrong and how you can improve on those in the future. Hope you found this tutorial helpful, and if yes, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more PMP and CAPM related content. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. Your success in project management is our goal. Stay tuned for more such videos in our PMP and CAPM certification series. Until then, happy learning.